Walbrook is a subterranean river in the City of London that gave its name to a city ward and a minor street in its vicinity. The ward of Walbrook contains two of the city's most notable landmarks, the Bank of England and Mansion House. The street runs between Cannon Street and Bank Junction, though vehicular traffic can only access it via Bucklersbury, a nearby side road off Queen Victoria Street. The river, the brook, played a very important role in the Roman settlement of Londinium, the city now known as London. The stream started in what is now Finsbury and flowed through the centre of the walled city, bringing a supply of fresh water whilst carrying waste away to the River Thames, effectively dividing the settlement in two. It emerged just to the west of the present-day Cannon Street railway bridge. During Roman times it was also used for transport, with the limit of navigation some 200 metres from the Thames, at a point now known as Bucklersbury Building. It was that the Romans built a important temple to Mithras on the east bank of the stream. The temple was found and later excavated during rebuilding work after World War II. The Roman governor's palace was found further down the east bank of the stream, near its entry into the Thames. The etymology begins soon after Londinium was captured by the invading Anglo-Saxons during the late 6th century. It is thought that the brook was named because it ran through or under the London Wall. Another theory is the name comes from Wheeler Brock, meaning brook of the Welsh. Walbrook formed one division in the city, Ludgate Hill to the west and Cornhill to the east. When St. Margaret Lothbury was rebuilt in 1440, the Lord Mayor Robert Large paid for the lower Walbrook to be covered over. By the time of the first maps of the area, the copperplate map of the 1550s and the derivative woodcut map of c. 1561, the whole Walbrook within the city walls was culverted. John Stowe, the historian of London, wrote about the Walbrook in 1598, saying that the watercourse, having several bridges, was afterwards vaulted over with brick and paved level with the streets and lanes where it passed, and that houses had been built so that the stream was hidden as it is now. The Walbrook's source was Moorfields, north of the city wall, which it passed through just west of All Hallows on the Wall Church. In the 1860s, excavations by General Augustus Pitt Rivers uncovered a large number of human skulls, and almost no other bones, in the bed of the Walbrook. This has been seen as reminiscent of a passage from Geoffrey of Monmouth's History of the Kings of Britain, in which a legion of Roman soldiers who surrendered to Asclepiodotus after being besieged in London were decapitated by his allies the Venedoti, and the heads thrown into a river called the Galabrock. However, Geoffrey's history is notoriously unreliable, and some historians consider these skulls to be a result of the rebellion of Boudicca. As late as the early 19th century, part of the branch that runs from Islington was open and powered a lead mill. The construction of the massive infrastructure of the London sewerage system with 5 main sewers incorporated many existing culverts, storm sewers, or sluices. This included the culvertized Walbrook, which by 1860 had been linked into a network of 82 miles worth of new sewerage lines, channeled to the northern low-level sewer at a point near the Bank of England. Many small leaks stream into the rounded sewer for much of the year when the water table is sufficient. On the 18th of June 1999, during the Carnival Against Capitalism, timed to coincide with the 25th G8 summit, fire hydrants were opened along the route of the Walbrook by Reclaim the Streets, symbolically releasing the river to reclaim the street from the capitalist forces of city growth which had subsumed it. The Walbrook is one of many lost rivers of London, the most famous of which is the River Fleet. It entered the Thames at Dowgate. The ward. The river's only evidence above ground is the lower-end street called Walbrook, running parallel and a barely discernible dip in the land forming its catchment. On the street is a church called St. Stephen Walbrook, which originally stood on the west bank of the stream, but was rebuilt around 1439 on the east side. In 1666 the church was destroyed in the Great Fire of London, and Sir Christopher Wren built a new church there in 1672 to replace it, which still stands. The historic London Stone is situated on Cannon Street within the ward of Walbrook. The Bank of England and Mansion House, the official residence of the Lord Mayor, are both situated in Walbrook Ward. Within the ward is also the Walbrook Club, a private dining club founded in 2000. It was designed by the late Mark Burley of Annabelle's and is set in a Queen Anne-style townhouse. Walbrook is one of 25 wards in the City of London, each electing an alderman to the Court of Aldermen and commoners to the Court of Common Council of the City of London Corporation. Only electors who are freemen of the City of London are eligible to stand.